But some people couldn't wait 3 or 5 years. Maybe it's partly my fault. I would explain a date and think it couldn't tarry. Now I understand. People say, he's a false prophet. And then just because of that, I'm going to go jump off a cliff. The purpose of this second sermon is to drive home from every conceivable point of view on top of last week that there's no possible way that the kingdom doesn't begin on Abib 1. In other words, if it didn't happen this year, never again could or would Mr. Pack or anybody else suggest that we're somehow waiting for trumpets or Pentecost or the last great day or someday in the winter. We would literally wait, like people have for thousands of years, till each Abib. Thank God, most of us have been doing our waiting for each Abib year after year, about 10 times now, without having to think, oh no, it's another whole year. In a way, we sort of stayed encouraged and excited because I thought it could be any time. But imagine if the last 9 years, by the way, each time Abib passed, I said, sorry, brethren, maybe next year in Jerusalem, like the Jews say. And then the next year again, we'd say that in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, and we'd be ready to say it again in 25. But now we have all these markers that show us it's this year. But it would have been very discouraging. Yet you still got to keep going. 9 years hasn't been horrible for me. When you're coming to 59, I'm at 59. So it was 50 before that. And I waited without having any idea, with the whole wrong scenario, thinking I was waiting for world hell for 3.5 years on people, on one generation and one generation of saints, who God was going to intervene and just slaughter them all before they knew who they were or who he was or why he was doing it. And that was hard to wait for a half a century that way. But I'm just trying to say, if each Abib, Mr. Peck, you got the dates wrong, but in getting the dates wrong through the years, it at least kept us on the edge of our seat, because we were learning many, many other things that we didn't know. And the picture of this kingdom grew better. Eventually it was just one, not another little one in front of it for a month or 6 months or whatever we thought at the time. So we were learning a tremendous amount. Why would that be necessary? Because we're going to lead that kingdom. And God preparing the way would have to prepare a people.